Hey everyone, James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the Ian Machado Garry Shavkat Rakhmonov co-main event for UFC 310 tonight. If you haven't seen the fight, you know the drill. Turn this video off. All right, it is Shavkat Rakhmonov defeating Ian Machado Garry by decision. A lot of people weren't expecting that. This is the first time in 19 career fights that Shavkat Rakhmonov has gone the distance. This is a close fight. Like, I thought this could have gone the other way just based off the, if you saw the video I just put out here before with Cyril Gane and Alexander Volkov, wouldn't surprise me if this fight was much closer. Full credit to Ian Garry. He showed up tonight. He looked great. This was not a bad performance from Ian Garry. This was a good fight. I know a lot of people, I saw on my timeline, oh, this fight's boring. Certain parts of it, like in the earlier rounds, certainly got exciting in that fifth round when Garry got Shavkat's back, but credit to Shavkat, really good, submission defense getting out of that. But Shavkat cracked Garry a few times as well. Garry's chin held up. I think any narrative right now of Garry having, being able to get knocked out and all that, I think has to be thrown out the window, because this was by far his most aggressive and most dangerous opponent that he's fought. And I just thought this was a very evenly matched fight. Like, if Garry had got the nod, I wouldn't have been totally upset with it, because I do think those earlier rounds were really too close for comfort. Again, Shavkat getting a nice shot on Garry early in the fight, the spinning back fist as well. And then you got Garry with his ground game, like I said, in that fifth round, nearly finishing him there. But Shavkat getting it done and winning a decision in this one. And, I'm seeing a lot of people on my timeline saying, oh, Shavkat didn't look so good. He looked human. I mean, we got to remember, too, he's coming off a pretty long layoff coming into this fight. But I really feel that Ian Garry is just better than we all thought he was. And I think that's what made Shavkat look a little bit more human. Not every fight you're going to go in there and finish your opponent in the first couple of rounds, which is what we're used to seeing with Shavkat. I think the bar was set so high, but I think that Garry is just one of these guys that is he's well-rounded. Like, I'll give him his props here. He put up a very good fight here and did not look like a plus 310. Like, if you were to go back and handicap this fight after the fact, I would have Shavkat at maybe like a minus 200, minus 150. Like, he edged this one out, but it was not an easy fight. And if we look at the stats here, Ian Garry actually landed more. Whoops, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Ian Garry actually landed the more significant strikes, 42 of 84, and even land the total strikes more. Look at the total strike difference, 102 to 65, and part of that was the leg kicks as well that was happening. But if you look at the strikes per round here, Garry, round 3 and round 2, he ended up outstriking him a little bit more, just by one there. But kind of how I scored the fight, I had the first 2 rounds. I think it was rounds 1, 2, and for Shavkat, and then I think I gave him 4. And that's what secured him the fight. I thought 3 and 5 was what Garry had. I'd have to go back and watch, but just, again, immediately reacting this. And one of the things I got to mention quickly that I loved about the post-fight was that they did the face-off. Can the UFC do this more often? I love seeing the face-offs after the fight with Shavkat and Belal Muhammad. I think that fight's a lot closer now than people would have thought going into this fight, because, again, Shavkat, just scraping by Ian Garry, in my opinion. I did see some odds were posted that have Shavkat at about a 2-1 favorite. I would probably favor the champ, honestly. I think right now Belal should be favored, and he's probably going to be an underdog. So again, those are some pretty good odds, kind of looking at that future fight whenever that may happen. But again, great fight. I know not everyone was a fan of every part of it, but I enjoyed this one. This is what happens when you have 2 really high-level fighters going toe-to-toe. It could look a little boring, right? Because you've got guys trying to, jockeying for position. And Shavkat ends up getting it done. So, again, great fight for both. And I'll certainly give a mention to both of these guys in my stock report video here a little bit later. And also a reminder, I will be doing my post-fight show right after this main event. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. How did you score the fight? What did you think of their performances? And let me know what you thought. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @LynchOnSports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.